My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. Hi, I'm Jonathan Parks of Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I've come to introduce you all to a new series I'm starting to work on about carving this Father Christmas out of walnut. I will tell you all that before we had the flood back in September of 2024, there was a certain piece of wood I had that was shaped like this. It was about this thick altogether, and I cut it in half because I could see in it a certain shape from which I could make a special kind of Santa, even though a skinny Santa, that would have a little bit of a toy sack on its back. And it just so happened that over the months it was kind of stored away. We didn't get around to working on it, but just recently I got it out and started carving it. It seemed like it came out pretty good here, and I want to show you all the little pattern that I made from the scrap. So what I want to mention is that I will say that this is kind of a funny little grained piece of wood, and whenever I was carving out the original one, sometimes a little too much would chip off, and some of it had to be glued back in place to get it all together. So just to let you all know that there's probably going to be places in the series where we're going to come across that, and where you're probably going to see a little bit too much chipped off here and there, just because of how the grain of the wood is. So that is what I wanted to say. So I decided that I'm going to come on for this moment, show you all a little thing or two about how I carve this little thing where, you know, I made this original Father Christmas out of walnut. Probably going to show a little more as to how it's done. There's a place back here at the back of the hat where we make our first start and kind of remove the little chips along that line. There's a place over here where we do the same little step again and try to get it just in the place where it needs to be, and kind of remove that line. And now there's a place where we come along here and try to remove a little extra. And as I stated in my preview, yes, this is going to be just the kind of piece of wood that's going to crack a little bit, but we manage it okay. If you have strong hands, you can do it. And here, this next little place, you see, this is how we're kind of making the hat a little narrow in the back. And for one kind of work that comes after another, we kind of put things in just the place for it, and kind of like see what this is going to be. Nice little Saint Nick. And there's the way that this wood came out when it was the scrap. It kind of had these little funny features in it, so try to remove a little extra from along this way and take it where the last little step is going to be. And I say removing extra wood is going to be part of the whole project here. So take care of the little things we have and do what's necessary. And so, just to shave a little extra along lines, we kind of got a little more to remove. I say, kind of come down here where this line is. This is where the toy sack is. Kind of put the little place right in there where the line shall separate, and kind of make the way just to do what we do. And you know, there's going to be a little ways this is going to come out sooner or later, and the way it's done shall be an interesting thing to see. So sometimes it might be hard to get a little place in, but I say, moving this along, we've got a perfect little look. And this is just what we see that comes down where we start to thin along these edges here and remove the wood around here. Kind of come down to where we're going to remove a little more from around the sack in the back and kind of thin him out just a little bit better, and see how Saint Nick is going to look when it all gets done. See the little ways we're going to do. There's a place up here where we come along the head, and along the line we have here, just remove some wood where we kind of separate the face from the beard to try to get it in just a little bit of a good enough type of shape, and see how this little Saint Nick is going to turn out. And so one little line up here comes at the top of the head, and removing a little place here, and come down to where we're going to go to the other side, and I say just put a little extra type of business into old Saint Nick, and remove the same little sliver of wood from this side that we did from this one. Come down here to where we see the bottom of the beard, and one little cut to be made into that. Here, there's a place where the line is on the other side as well. We're going to remove it from along there too. And come down to it. There's the place in the front where the bottom of the beard meets the sleeve cuffs. We gotta remove a little V cut out of that just to kind of get the little wood a little narrower down into good shape. And when it comes down to this there's the place where there's the little line that makes the mustache. We gotta get that line out, kinda get a little bit of a little cut in place to make that out. And so I say, with the kind of work we have, kind of make the same little cut on the other side of the face as well, just removing a little there. And come to think of it, there's a place where the mustache meets the nose. We're going to carve along that as well, and on the line that's here. And see, one little line like that on the other side of the face too, kind of brings out the face a little more. And you know, faces are one of the hardest things to carve. That's why any kind of a Santa or person can be kind of a difficult choice, because it just can be a little hard to make the eyes on it. And so for this little place, we're going to cut out a little center here that makes out the nose, and put a little one over here as well. And then we're going to go to the other side of the mustache, and I say just get a little extra removed from there, and see what kind of a position or place the Santa's going to be in. Some things it's easier to do from the front of the face first, so that you can kind of have the lines in place when you go to the sides. So with that much being said, just take down the rest of the top of the mustache to the sides of the head, kind of get it a little bit more into its place, and I say, for what we've got right here, there's going to be a little more to go. Let's kind of go down here to the bottom of the sleeve cuffs, make that little line right there, and we're going to make out the rest of the lines for the sleeves right after that. But here that line is, we're going to come into here and put this other little line in place to make the bottom of the sleeve on the side of the figure, and kind of get it so it's just the right kind of character to see for what we have and what we do. And just make that little line out there, just like that. There's a little place up here where we need to make the rest of the sleeve out, so put a little line right there in its place, just to kind of get another little cut made for what the Santa's going to be. And then come back, take this little line here for this sleeve, and put the rest of it in its place. There is kind of a place as you go further along where you will make these lines to the side for the sleeve, but As for right now, we're just going to center the sleeves, make this little cut here that is probably at about the place where the hands are folded, and put in just one little line like that. And now we're going to come up here a little bit more to the top of the cap and kind of make a little place where we're going to narrow things down just a little bit. And so, with Santa in mind, he's a creature, a character, and we know him from the books we read. So I'll say that there might be little lines we'll make up here in the places where the eyes are going to go, and make that little line out for that little spot. Kind of come down here, make another little one to go a little more to the other side, and kind of put the kind of work right in that goes into a little figure, I say, and make it so it's going to be quite something to have. And put in little places where we make the cheeks, and this is how good it's going to turn out. So with that in mind, just want to say appreciate you all coming on to watch. Wish you all the best. I'll be continuing this series. Hope to see you in the next video, and take care. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.